Okay, so we're just going through rational and irrational, and we already said that irrationals are never going to end and they're never going to repeat. So let's look. Square root of 49, that's just 7. That doesn't never end and never repeat, so it's automatically rational. Square root of 50, though, I don't know what that is. And if I put it in on my calculator, it's crazy. It's never ending and it's never repeating. Go figure. That's how I know it's irrational. Pi, that's everybody's favorite irrational one. Now, look at this next one. 2.22323323332333. You feel like you want it to be rational because you feel like it's a repeating decimal, but it really isn't. It never falls into a repeating pattern. You can't write that with a bar, with bar notation, because it doesn't fit the same pattern. It has to be 23232323 or whatever, and it's not. That thing is irrational. The next one down is rational, though, because it's 45454545. It fits the pattern. And then the last one is a fraction. If it's a fraction, it's rational. I did tell you also that this is supposed to spell a word. And look, if you just follow the path, it sure does. It spells pine cones. That was your word. I got some funny ones. I was laughing. People had some very interesting words. I'm like, it's just supposed to be a normal word. So if it wasn't a normal word, that's a hint to you. Hey, maybe you went wrong somewhere. Pine cones. That's not so bad. Does anybody have questions about rational, irrational? Are you sure? You could, I will give you, I don't know, 20 seconds right now to take a picture of this screen. So when you're taking your test, you have all these examples right in front of you. Okay. Let's move on to round 2. Round 2. Okay, so I told you what you're looking for right here. You're adding together all of these lengths, FJ, DI, EG, AE, and BC. All right, everybody. So here's how you do this one. For each length, so let me just start with FJ. This is the one where you take the absolute value of the difference. So F is at 0. You're going to subtract wherever J is, 9. That's it. You subtract the ends and take their absolute value. Because remember, lengths have to be positive numbers. They can't be negative. So that's why we're doing the absolute value. So that just gets me -9. Take the absolute value. I get a +9 for that. All right, so let's keep track up here. FJ is 9 plus, let's see, what's DI? I'm going to do the same thing for D. Oh, I meant to click eraser. There we go. All right, DI. DI is going from, oh, come on. There we go. DI. D is at -2 minus I is at 7. -2 minus 7 is -9. Take the absolute value. It's +9. So I don't know why. There we go. So DI is 9. EG. EG is going from -1 minus, let's see where G is, 1.5. -1 minus 1.5. That's -2.5. Take the absolute value. You get 2.5. All right, that was EG. Now we'll do AE. AE, what are you? -9 minus, let's see where E is, -1. So be careful, you have minus a negative. You know from algebra that that just turns into plus the positive. So -9 plus 1 is -8. Take the absolute value, you get 8. So that was AE. And then the last one we have to do is BC. All right, BC, -6 minus, let's see, where are you? -3.5. Be careful, right? You got to make sure you're at the right spots. Minus a negative, you know it turns into plus the positive. So -6 plus 3.5. Oh, what is that? -2.5. Take the absolute value, you get a positive. So now all I have to do is add these numbers together. And when I do that, the magic number that comes out, 31. That should have been what you got. So if you did not quite get 31, but you got something close, you probably just messed up one of your numbers. So if you have your work, you can go back and check and see where did you go wrong there. 31. Any questions on this one before I move on? Everybody's all right? Okay. Let's look at the next one. All right. So these, if you're trying to figure out the letter that's in the middle, so would you remember about the shortcut is really very easy as long as you remember it. So you have to look at your three numbers. Let me zoom in even more. Hold on. Is this working? I feel like it's just like clicking weird. Looks a little bit bigger, I hope. Oh, because I don't have like the pictures not bigger. I don't know. I hope you can see it. If not, follow along with me from the link in your email, I guess. This is round 3. So you have EL is 10, ET is 20, and TL is 10. All you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is go to the biggest segment. In this case, it's 20. That's ET. Those are the ends. ET. So who's in between? Well, look, you only have 3 points, E, L, and T. If E and T are on the ends, it has to be L that's in between the other two. Has to be. So L is my answer for this one. For the second one down, I'm looking. Oh, okay, 13's the biggest one. That's LA. So L and A are not it. It's got to be I. Third one down, 9 is the biggest. A and W. Can't be it. It's got to be C. Next one, 16's the biggest. N and O. Oh, it's an E. And then let's see, this one, 9's the biggest. J and B. So another C. And then the last one, 17's the biggest. E and S are out, so it's got to be R. Look at those letters. You did have to unscramble this. I was expecting people to guess icicle. It's not icicle. What is it? Someone tell me. Circle. Thank you. Circle. That was your answer here. So this one you were supposed to unscramble, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. Circle. All right. The next round. Okay, let's see if I can get all this on here at once. Probably not. Maybe. I kind of can. Thank you. All right, so I have to find each of the things that's, can I zoom out a little bit more and you still see? Does that work? I'll try that. Okay, so the first one is asking for the midpoint of segment IH. That one's, I mean, relatively easy if you just look at the picture, right? Here's IH. The only one in the middle has got to be B. I don't even have to do any math on that one. So that one was sort of a freebie. Okay, so you get B there. The next one, now listen, they are asking for the midpoint. They want to know what the midpoint is. They gave you both endpoints. This was when life was easy and all you had to do was add the x's together and divide by 2. Add the y's together and divide by 2. You didn't have to do any weird figure out how many I have to go. This was the easy day. So if I'm looking at 0 and 4, add them together, divide by 2. I get out 2. Then I do the same thing for y's. 4 plus 2 is 6. Divided by 2 is 3. So now what I need to do is I need to look up at my coordinate plane and see who's at 2, 3. Oh, it's A. That's how you did this one. So this round was the easy stuff. So 3, let's see. -4 and 12. Add them. That's 8. Divided by 2, I get 4. And then I do the same thing with the y's. 2 plus 0 is 2. Divided by 2 is 1. And then I look and I see who's at 4, 1. Oh, it's D. Oh, so far it's spelling the word bad, but I'm not done yet because there's 2 more. Let's see what's next. Oh, man. When I zoom down, it moves it away. That's okay. I'm on the fourth one. -4, -4, and -4, 10. So -4 plus -4 is -8. Divided by 2, I get -4. Okay, yeah. And then -4 and 10 is 6. Divided by 2 is 3. So now I just got to go back and see who's at -4, 3. -4, 3 is G. So far I have spelled out BADG. You probably already know the word. The last one, let's see. -16 plus 18 is 2. Divided by 2 is 1. And then 4 plus -4 is 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. Who's at 1, 0? Oh, it's E. And that is a word, badge. Yes. Does anybody have any questions on this one before we move on? We're all right? Okay, last round then. This was the weird stuff. This was where you had to do that weird midpoint. I'm giving you an endpoint and I'm giving you a midpoint. You have to figure out where the second endpoint is. Okay, so watch how we do this. On all of these, I left the order the same to try and not mess you up so much. But just make sure that on your test today, you are starting at the end point and going to the midpoint. If you do it the other way, you're going to get them all wrong, and I don't want that for you. So I'm going from the endpoint to the midpoint. So I'm going from 3 to 4. How do you do that? You add 1. So I'm going to add 1 more. 5. Then I do the same thing for the y's. To get from 6 to 8, I add 2. So I'm going to add 2 again. 8 plus 2 is 10. So 5, 10 is my answer. And then I just have to look over at the side and see, or up at the chart, and hopefully there's a letter that corresponds to 5, 10. Let's see. Was there? Did I pass it? Oh, yeah, there it is right there. R. R is my first letter. Yay! Let me get this back in. Okay, so I'm going to keep a list over on the side here. So R was my first one. And then the second one, let's see, I went from 5 to 2. So I subtracted 3. I'm going to subtract 3 again. So that's going to get me to -1. And then I went from -2 to -5. I subtracted 3 for that also. So -5 minus another 3, -8. So let's just see who's at -1, -8. Oh, I just saw it. I. Okay, third one. I'm at 0. I got to get to 1. I just went up by 1. So I'm going to go up by 1 again. I get to 2. I was at 1 and I went to -1. That's subtracting 2. So I'm going to subtract 2 again. I land at -3. 2, -3. What are you? 2, -3. N. Okay, fourth one. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right, -2 to -3. That's just minusing 1. So I'm going to minus 1 again. I get to -4. And then I went from 4 to 2. That's a subtraction of 2. So subtract 2 more, I get to 0. -4, 0. Oh, there it is, t. Five. Oh, I'm going to have to erase a little bit. Let me erase these so I can see. All right, the fifth one I have to do -2 to -4. That's subtracting 2. So I'm going to subtract 2 again to get down to -6. And then 1 to -1, that's -2. So I'm going to -2 again, -3. -6, -3. Are you on my list? I sure hope so. Yep, there you are. G. What could this word be? Trying? Could be. I don't know. I got to figure out what my last letter is. So, whoops. Sorry. There we go. Last one. So to get from -1 to a -2, I subtract 1. So let's subtract 1 again. And then from -4 to -6, I subtract 2. So subtract 2 again. -3, -8. Last letter, is it on here? Yes, there it is. S. Oh. What word is that if you unscramble it? Yes, thank you. That's string. String. I was wondering if anybody would try like trings, but I think those of you that answer gave me, it said string from what I recall seeing. And anyway, that's it. What fun. I thought it was fun. Anyway, is there anything I could answer for anybody? Any types of questions that you're still like, I have no idea how to do blah, blah, blah? Or can you just do one more problem like such and such? Okay. All right, so let me get out of this here. I'm going to stop sharing.